We just started. I'm about to. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Good evening, everybody. We are just waiting just a few more minutes. If you have a ghost story you'd like to share, just click the guest button down below and would love to have you on. It is 11 p.m. Pacific time where I am at, and this will go on until 1 a.m. Pacific time. So, if you have a ghost story you'd like to share, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you as a guest. Once again, everyone, if you have a story you'd like to share, just click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. Let me know if you'd like to hear one of my stories. All right. Well, I will tell some of my stories. So, a while back, my girlfriend got me a Lost Boys t-shirt. And it had the quote on it, "They're only noodles, Michael." So, I've had this t-shirt for a few years already. And finally, it's 2020. And it is time to move. So we moved to our current house that we live in right now. And as I was unpacking, I found 2 t-shirts that said 2 exact copies of the t-shirts. There was only 1 copy, which was a bit creepy. But we believe for some weird reason, the house, or perhaps an interdimensional interloop, happened. So, that's one of my stories. Hey Sean, good to see you. Good to see you. Just trying the old trick again, doing this later in the night rather than day 2 night. So, but yeah, how are you, Sean? Once again, guys, if you have a story you'd like to share, feel free to click the guest button down below, and I would love to have you as a guest. Also, I do ghost story narrations as well. If you have a story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me and I will make a whole TikTok video about it. It'll be on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And of course, I will ask you to be a collaborator too. Only if you like, though. So, yeah. Also, every ghost story live is screen recorded, and if you want to check out my previous lives, go to my YouTube channel, same username, Samael Nocturne, and you will find all of my ghost story lives. So ghost story lives, as well as uploads of ghost stories that people have submitted to me. All right. Okay. Mark Anthony, you are up. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, thank you
Hi.
for being here. How old are you?
I am 27.
Perfect. Are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yeah, of course, of
Just
course.
making sure. All right, yeah. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there, and it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, it is all you.
Totally understood, dude. So, I live in San Diego, California.
Oh, nice.
The rent isn't, but everything else is.
Yeah.
But there's this park in Old Town, San Diego. It's supposed to be like the original city in California.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this park, like right up the hill from Old Town. And well, between Old Town itself, I'm pretty sure you've heard of the Whaley House.
I have.
Okay, perfect. It's the same place, but like a minute away.
Okay.
And so, anyways, there's this park right up the hill called Presidio Park. There's this building called the Witch's Tower. Allegedly, I don't have evidence for it, but witches were hung there. There's a bunch of stories, like paranormal stories about this park.
Yeah.
And on my birthday, all of my buddies knew I was really into like paranormal and scary things. So later that night, after hanging out, drinking, having a good time, we went to that park. And we saw something without legs. To be honest with you, I saw this person crawling on the floor, and I thought it was a homeless person because there are a lot of homeless people in the area.
Yeah.
So I left it at that. But then the homeless person approached a wall and stood up with no legs. And I was like, whoa, this is, something's off here. But again, I didn't think paranormal.
Yeah.
And then I was with my girlfriend at the time and her cousins. So I was like, hey, like, we should go to the car. Like, let's just get out of here. Like, it's probably a tweaker. Let's just go. So we go to the vehicle, and as we're walking in the vehicle, we hear like these sounds of like footsteps, but like it sounded a little bit different. And when we turn around, we see, again, it sounds weird, but we're talking about paranormal stories. Something that was like 20 feet tall.
Oh.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird. All black, like a shadow, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell it was wearing like a robe or like a cloak. And it steps out behind the building that you can Google this, Witches Tower, Presidio Park, San Diego. It steps like away from that building, stands there, and it's like looking towards us, and then I guess flies. I don't know if that's the correct word. Like levitates.
Oh.
Up, and then just disappears. And since that day, that was something very, very odd.
Yeah. I imagine you didn't know how to feel right there, just uneasiness.
Yeah, it was really weird, dude, because I typically don't believe in these things.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to share my story. Again, like, it's cool if you don't believe in it, but, like, look into Presidio Park, San Diego.
Hey, I've had plenty of experiences, dude, and I believe you, all right? Thank you, Mark, for being here. I appreciate you. And yeah, you have a wonderful night. Stick around the live if you like. And thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Up next is Nothing. Nope. And they're gone. It's okay. It happens. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. It's interesting. It's just, yeah. When I think of San Diego, I think of the hospital that I used to be stationed at in the Navy. And right across the street was Balboa Park, and it was a good time for me. I have very fond memories in San Diego. So, hello there.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, thank you for being here. How old are you?
All right. Yeah, I'm 24.
Perfect.
How's your night going?
It's going. Yeah. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there, and yeah, it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said,
All right.
it is all you.
Cool. All right. Are you a firm believer? Can I ask you that first?
I am.
Okay. So I wasn't until this happened in my life. So I'm 24 now, but this happened when I was younger. I don't remember the exact age, but I think I was like around like 12 years old, probably somewhere in there. And growing up, I have my uncle, my mom's brother. He is a Green Beret medic in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, he was always gone and away on missions all the way in like Iraq and Iran and stuff like that. So I only saw him every few years. Well, one year he came home and we were eating dinner and stuff, and he gave my mom a gift. Well, that gift ended up being a sword that he brought back from Iran. Even though he probably wasn't allowed to, he did. And he told us that it was from like a high general, and it was like a very like ceremonial sword. But ever since we got that sword, a lot of things started happening in our house. And I have brothers as well. And my mom really didn't know what to do with the sword, but she kept it. And she didn't want me or my brothers playing around with it because it was like a serious object, like you could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And so she put it in our basement. And the rules were we weren't allowed to go near it and stuff like that. And of course we didn't listen because we're boys. So I still remember the sword to this day. And I just wanted to like describe it to you real fast. from what I remember, it had like a curved, it was like a curved hilt.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess the hilt wasn't curved, but the blade was curved.
Mm-hmm.
And it had like gold tassels tied to it and stuff. It was very cool. But you could tell like it was like a serious, like ceremonial sword. But anyways, my mom kept it downstairs, and me and my brothers would like play around with it and stuff. But just over the years, it was just we just started to notice things like we heard voices. Particularly, it was like men, and like they weren't speaking English, so like you really couldn't understand them. But it was like a deep voice. You heard footsteps, just random noises coming from downstairs, and I never like said this to my family or anything like that. But those are just the things that I noticed. And like, if you ever went downstairs, you always felt like there was somebody else in the room or other people watching you. It was very just like uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the day that I noticed there was something going on was I had a nightmare, and I don't remember what it was to this day, but I remember I explained it to my mom one day when I was younger, and my mom was like freaking out. And so I was like asking her like, what's wrong? And she's like, I had the exact same dream the same night.
Oh.
And it was like we were like all the way in like Iran or something. It was very creepy. So like that's how I knew there was like something just like really weird going on. And after that, my mom was like, that's it, like nobody's even allowed to go downstairs. Like she like bolted the door shut, like nobody was allowed to go down there. But yeah, we still like heard voices, heard just things going on. My mom just tried to like play it cool, like nothing was happening. And so years later, my uncle's back in town again, and so we all have dinner. And while we're at the dinner table, I am humming this song. Okay, just something that I heard, and it was stuck in my head, so I was just humming it. And my uncle literally drops his utensils on his plate and looks at me. He goes, "Where have you heard that?" And I was kind of like caught off guard. I was like, "What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "That is one of their ceremonial songs that they sing over in Iraq."
Oh, shoot.
It was in a complete, total different language that I do not know. My mom was freaking out, like crying, like thinking there was something wrong. My uncle, I've never seen like scared or like worried. Like he is like the most like, I would say like bravest person I know. Yeah. And even he was like shook. So like, oh, it was crazy. So my mom was like, "That's it, we're getting rid of the sword." So we actually donated it to a war museum here in my local town, and we actually got rid of it. But it's in our name, it's on display. So yeah.
No, for sure, man. Well, thank you for sharing the story, dude. Yeah.
After that, I am like a firm believer. Like it's just one of those things you cannot explain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's just too many like weird coincidences, and yeah. Since then,
that's funny because actually I used to be in the U.S. Navy, and I was stationed out in Japan, and actually bought this sword that was for generals only, but back in the feudal era. And the family that would hand make these swords made the last ones, and I got the last one, and it's still in my closet to this day. So
cool,
interesting. Anyway, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
It was pretty funny because
go ahead.
My uncle, I asked my uncle, I was like, "Were you even allowed to like bring that home?" He's like, "No, I just put it in my suitcase, threw all my stuff on top of it. I took it." I was like, "Okay."
Quick question. This is all being screen recorded. Are you okay with your story being on my YouTube channel? Because I post all of my ghost story lives on my YouTube channel. If you want me to edit it out, for sure. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. Up next, we have Billy.
Hello.
Hello there. Thank you for being here. How old are you?
I am 31.
Perfect. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there. And it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it is preachy. That being said, it is all you. And are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yeah, totally. I don't mind.
Perfect. All right, it's all you, man.
Okay, well, this story actually follows towards when I was a young kid, actually. So, being as it may, when I was a young kid, everybody actually had that bunk bed that you always wanted to have. Brother slept on the bottom. I slept on the top because I was oldest. It was always that special moment where you had to actually be the one on top, which was the greatest person in charge.
For sure, yeah.
So, this was actually around in the dead of night, and this was around, I'll have to say, midnight. And as this was going on, everybody actually had as a kid, I always had to get a glass of water whenever you either got thirsty or if you just felt like just getting out of bed just because you just wanted to at least get that glass just to at least look around and see what your parents were doing.
Yeah.
Well, being as it may, we actually had that, like I said, a bunk bed, but the bunk bed was actually, it was a metal bunk bed. It was like one of those cheap old bunk beds that you would get from some kind of like thrift store or something. And as I was climbing down, it just made the weirdest creaky noise, which I hated. And as I got down, as I touched the ground, the whole entire vibe changed. The vibe was very kind of like thick and soupy.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of felt very like heavy.
Oh.
And the hairs on my back started to actually raise up, and pretty much I'm thinking like, this doesn't feel right. Like literally something's right behind me. And instantly I dared not turn around. I swear to you, I did not want to turn around, but something told me I had to. So as I turned around, I see this old man in a gray coat. He looked very old and very like ancient old. We're talking like sick old.
Yeah.
Instantly, as I actually looked, he just had this weird like expression of like he actually wanted to actually like pick me up.
Oh.
He just stared at me with this like sinister grin. This grin of like I did not want to at least be there. And he just instantly picked me up slowly. And I actually could feel my feet raise off the ground. I kid you not, this actually happened to me. And as I actually rose off the ground, I tried screaming. But in every silent movie, you could never hear a scream. You could never hear a sound.
Yep.
And instantly, as I tried screaming, nothing came out. And instantly, as I was trying to scream, I tried kicking. Nothing actually happened. And as it happened, I was lucky by the grace of gosh, I had toys that made sounds. I instantly kicked something that actually was on one of my shelves, and it was like a light up toy that made sounds. And as it actually fell down, it actually made noise, and it woke up my brother. And my brother actually woke up like pretty much in a huff of like, what the heck's going on? Instantly, as he woke up, he screamed. He screamed bloody murder because he saw the person actually lifting me up.
Wow.
And I instantly fell to the ground. And when I fell to the ground, it hurt like hell.
Jeez.
Instantly, as my brother screamed, my parents rushed into our bedroom because my parents' bedroom and plus our bedroom were connected together, and pretty much they said they actually were like so scared. My dad actually said, "What the heck's going on? Why are you guys crying?" My brother actually said, "I saw a man. I saw a man, actually. I'm like, I also saw a man. Literally, I saw a man in a gray coat. Like, my dad was wondering, what are you talking about? Like, literally, there was nobody that actually came in here. If we actually heard it, we would have knew.
Yeah.
Instantly, my mother tried to comfort me. My dad actually tried looking around the home. Nothing was in there. There was no signs of break-ins. There was no doors open, no windows. Everything was like closed and shut tight.
Yeah. Wow. It's like a paralysis they put you in whenever that happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Been there. Yeah.
It's a scary thing.
No, that's
And
terrifying. Absolutely. You don't like, whoa, what's going on? Your body is just so like, how do I respond to this? I get that. I understand.
instantly, I mean, at the age of 7, I mean, yeah, my brother is 2 years younger than me, and this was terrifying. This
Yeah.
actually, like, to this day, we actually did some research on whoever lived at this place. We had discovered that an old man had lived there. He died of a heart attack, and they say that he was just the neighborhood, like, just old man that actually was just very cruel and just very kind of like mean to the kids around the block. And instantly, they said that he was just cruel. He was just rude. That's all we heard.
Got it.
Instantly, we discovered that. We decided to actually just bless the home.
Mhm.
And after that, the rest is history. And do we actually live at that place? Hell no. We don't live at that place no more. We actually had moved, and we're still here in California and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And oh my gosh, to this day, I cannot actually like get that picture out of my mind. My brother and I were just we actually can't even like fathom to see this person again.
I bet.
I mean, will we ever see this person again? We hope not.
I hope you don't either.
Oh gosh, no. Will I ever actually see this person possibly in the next life, or maybe possibly in the spirit realm, wherever? Who knows? That's something that's out of my control.
Yeah. Well, for sure,
But
man.
that is my spooky story.
Thank you so much for telling it. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries actually.
You have a wonderful night and stick around the live if you like. And if any other stories pop up that you'd like to share, feel free to guest up again.
Of course, yeah.
Take care, Billy. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Hello, Anne Marie. Two people saw the same. Yeah, no, it's interesting when it's a shared experience. All right. Texas Sweet Mom, you'll be next. Then it'll be Kat, and then it'll be John Paul. Oh, Anne Marie, be a guest. Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Oh,
perfectly.
okay, good. Sorry.
So hold
Oh
on
my
real
God, I
quick.
am so glad I found your
Real
page
quick.
because
Real quick. I'm glad you're here too. How old are you? I need to ask this question per TikTok guidelines.
I am 54. No, 55. Sorry.
Perfect. Hey, perfect. Thank you. Are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. And I imagine you've heard the rules already, right?
Yes.
For sure. All right. It's all you then. Carry on.
Okay. So, when I
Thank you,
was
Patty.
4 years old, that was back in 1974. I lived in San Antonio with my mother, and we lived with my great grandmother, who we called Abuelita.
Mhm.
And my great grandmother was a very generous, loving grandmother who also practiced magic, white magic, black magic, you name it. And she had cancer, and she was on her. I hate to say the D word, like death. I don't know, death Deathbed?
Yeah, deathbed.
Okay. So I was laying with her one night, and she said, "Ay, mija, there's someone that's probably going to come see me, and whatever you do, don't answer the door." I'm 4 years old. I didn't understand what that meant. And one night, I was with my mom, and my grandma was in her bed. My great grandmother was in her bed, and we had just had dinner. My mom went out to see her friend on the front porch. On the back porch, I was hearing a knock, like a very faint knock, and then it got louder. And the back door had a little window, like a peephole, but maybe like a 3x3 window. I had pulled the chair over because I heard knocking. Pulled the chair over, opened the little curtain, and I looked out, and all of a sudden I saw like an eye blinking.
Ooh.
And I jumped off my chair because it scared me, and I screamed. My mother came running in because I was screaming. Like, oh, like, ay, like, oh, mom. And my mother came over, and she was like, what's wrong? Did you fall off the chair? I go, no. In Spanish, I was saying, there's the devil.
Yeah.
I saw the devil. I saw the eye. Era un ojo. Whatever, 4-year-old voice. And my mom opened the door, and I was my back was against the door, but she'd opened it on my right shoulder. I looked over, and there was a big mist that had like gone out, like away from the door. And it was clear as day. There was a porch light you could see. There was a black fog. And my mom saw it too. And she grabbed me, picked me up, shut the door, locked it, and was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes. My great grandmother in the next room was screaming, crying. My mother had me in her arm. She had me in her arm, ran into her room, crying, and she grabbed me out of my mom's arm. And it was like, I don't want to. Well, in English, she was like, oh baby, I'm so glad that you didn't let him in. He wanted my soul. And I will never forget the look in her eye, holding my shoulders, looking into me, saying, you didn't let him in. Thank you. And years later, I didn't understand all that, but my grandmother, her daughter, was like, you know what? My mom is so happy that you didn't let him in because of all the evil she had done. I didn't get it at first, because my great grandmother had practiced magic, did banishings and all that.
Yeah.
And it continued to my grandmother. And even to this day, my aunts, I love my aunts, and they're probably going to hear this, but they were all evil. And so through my childhood, I saw the same figure, saw the same mist. And when my ex-husband and I had divorced, I moved into my new apartment. Same fucking thing happened to me at my front door. Knocking. No, I didn't see anyone out the peephole. No one was there. No eye or anything, but I knew someone was there. I opened the door, and I saw the same damn mist. I reached out to someone on TikTok, and she said that same mist had followed my life. And what's even crazier now is that in my town that I live in right now, my backyard is a cemetery.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of the Hat Man.
Oh, the Hat Man strikes again.
Yes. So I didn't think about it before, from where I'm living right now to my last apartment when I had first divorced. I remember that there was a night, I recalled a night that I just moved out of my house, divorced to that apartment before this apartment. And there was a hat man that I was asleep, my door's open, my kitchen light was on, I saw a hat man.
Ooh.
Crazy, yeah. And my friend had did like a saging or whatever. Although my aunt was like, I needed more than that. But now that I'm living at the apartment that I'm living at now, in the cemetery, my laundry room is on my patio. Someone tapped me on the shoulder, and when I turned around, there was a hat man.
Ooh.
So I'm not really sure, and I really wish someone would give me a reading on that from when my great grandmother passed away, from that shadow figure, because now that I'm thinking back, there was a hat. So I don't know what's going on, but there's a hat man here at my place. And my mother today gave me some bells.
Yeah.
My bells are on the inside of my door right now. I'm looking at them. I heard a bell tonight. So I'm a little spooked, and I saw your TikTok tonight, and I'm kind of reaching out right now to someone who can tell me if I'm just crazy or he's following me. Because I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe try in a respectful manner, of course. Asking it, what do you want? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I really hope someone can give me those answers, because I am not like my great grandmother who did banishings and spells, but something's following me.
Just
And the
remember-
hat man is scary to me because I've looked it up. He's scary.
Yeah. I want you to try, remember, it's gonna leave the moment you tell it to. And it's not just, yeah, you need to leave. Like, you need to believe in yourself when that happens.
Yeah, I just want to know what what I can say to make it leave. Or am I hanging on to some kind of trauma from the moment that my great grandmother had passed away, when I saw it for the first time, the shadow.
Yeah. Well,
Someone just said, "Don't ask it anything. It's a demon." That's what I'm scared about.
I'm gonna be honest. Is it okay if I be honest?
Oh yeah.
So, I'm an eclectic pagan. So
Yeah.
I work with different deities. I've worked with daemons as well, demons if you want to call them. Just because they have that title of demon,
Yeah.
which is to be very, no, a lot of people aren't gonna agree with this. That's completely okay. Doesn't mean they're intentionally evil. It's like each spirit has its own personality and their
Right.
own reasoning, and we're taught to fear them. And of course, like seeing something like that, yeah, it's gonna be intimidating. We're taught to fear something like that.
Right.
There's nothing, especially it's already made itself. It wants you to see it. It's okay to ask, what do you want? In a respectful manner, of course. You're not trying to disrespect it. And just ask. And remember, you have always had the power within you to remove something that's unwanted. Always.
Yeah.
Even if whether it's physical or spiritual, you've always had it. You've always known you're kind of a goddess within, actually.
Sorry, I'm in tears.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. But just remember, you've always had the power within you. Always.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, I
And
appreciate you, and I appreciate your page.
yeah, thank you for being here. And thank you for having the courage to tell your story. Um, but yeah, no. I'd say just try asking what is it that you'd like to know, you know?
Yeah.
And start right there. And if it's something that, well, if it just stays quiet, then just sorry, you gotta leave, you know?
Yeah.
And sage and all is good and all, but at the end of the day, the occupier of the home needs to
Right.
be the one that puts their foot down. And your grandmother would have told you the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
It's just crazy because I hear stories, and
mm-hmm,
when I was talking to one of my aunts, and she said that my grandmother on my grandfather's side, my great grandmother, had put a curse on my grandmother that every woman from her beyond her will never be happy and be cursed. And it's really weird because, like, every woman, like my mom, my aunt, all my aunts, have never been happy
mm-hmm,
and have either had divorces or had crazy relationships, and or have been cursed, like with, whatever she
mm-hmm.
cursed them with. And I try not to be the one that, whatever, whatever. That's just stories.
Yeah.
I'm positive, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been through 3 divorces with narcissistic people,
Yeah.
and like ugly people, and I get this stuff, and I'm happy alone, but I'm just like, stop messing with me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I appreciate you for hearing me, and I am good
Good.
when anyone has advice.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask again. Are you okay with this being on YouTube?
Oh, absolutely, because I'm looking for answers.
No, for sure. Now I'll be honest. I'm not a medium. I'm not a clairvoyant or clairaudient. I do have experiences though, and I've actually been like assaulted by forces we couldn't see.
Right.
So, but yeah, no. Thank you for being here. I
Well,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Yeah, and I hope it helps. But
It does. Speaking helps. So I really appreciate you.
now
And
let me just throw this in there because I feel like I should tell you this. Be the curse breaker. Be the curse breaker. Remember, this is your
right,
life. And if someone's gonna tell you that, it's like say all the females of your family is gonna be cursed, whatever. Remember, you have a goddess within. You have the power within you to already break that by turning the leaf and just saying, you know what? It's my life. I'm gonna live
yeah,
it how I want to, and I'm
yeah.
gonna do my damn best to make sure this is the best life I live.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and smile.
I smile every day.
Good.
Thank you so much.
No problem, Texas. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Kat, you are up. Hey, Kat.
Hi. I definitely got business deal vibes from that one.
Probably. I don't know. You know, one doesn't know until they ask, you know?
Yeah, my board has been unreliable tonight. I've tried cleaning it multiple times. It's like cleansing it. It's not doing too well over here. But, okay, I got this haunted mirror from down the street. it was like a few free things on the side of the road, and I seen the mirror, and I was like, I need it. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but something about it, I need it. I should know by now what that means. But I took it home anyway. And I put it in a closet because it's like super heavy. It's an old antique mirror, solid wood. I put it in my closet and handprints started appearing on it. Not just like kid handprints, I have 2 kids, but grown adult handprints like sliding down it and everything.
Oh.
And at night there would be like walking in my hallway and pacing, and I might have told you about the mirror before, but like a lot of pacing and just noise and stuff. Like my house was never quiet. And I finally got to the understanding that whatever was attached to the mirror just doesn't want the mirror put away. It wants it on display, like it wants to be out. So I ended up putting it on my vanity, like I made myself a vanity out of a kitchen table and stuff. And I put it on there, and the activity decreased like a lot. My house is actually quiet at night now, but I do like see a person pacing my bedroom occasionally, or like I'll see someone peeking around the corner of my door. That kind of stuff, which is better than the other activity, I will say. Like you can peek a little, just don't make too much noise. It's a little disturbing. But this is, you gotta excuse the mess. I had everything set up. But this is the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big old solid mirror. But the more you stare in it, like the more you feel just kind of odd. Yeah. It like starts to like distort a little and stuff. It's very eerie to just stare into, which is why I use this one. Because it's like very, I don't like looking in it at all. I've had people come to my house and they've been like, that mirror is weird, and I'm just like, yeah, the mirror is very weird.
Yeah. Well, I get that too.
Yeah, it looks perfectly normal. Like nothing would be wrong with it. But like it had handprints all up the whole front of it here, just sliding down it like something was trying to escape from the inside. Like, you know how handprints are this way?
Yeah.
And like the fingerprints almost looked like they were coming from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because, like, in that kind of gesture, it's more like a gesture
You can
of
see my
endearment.
camera doesn't even want to like focus on it either.
Yeah, it's funny because, like,
Like mine's light changing and stuff.
Did you say I can't do that?
I
Did you just say that, or
no.
I just heard I can't do that?
Dude, I'm getting off. I'm sorry. I mean,
So good. You're so good.
I need to apologize or something.
No, you're good.
I
You're
don't
good.
think.
You're good.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The whole entire the rubbing on the mirror with the back of the fingers, that's more of like a gesture of endearment, funny enough.
It like looked like the fingers were trying to come through. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if someone stands on the outside of your window and they run their fingers down
Yeah.
like your window. That's what it looked like.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, we all heard that. It's interesting.
No, that's weird because I'm almost certain that the ghost attached to that mirror is a man, but I do have a haunted jewelry box too that has a lady attached to it. Wait, you know what? While I'm here, might as well show you that too. This is my haunted jewelry box. She's missing a shelf and stuff, but if I don't at least hang one piece of jewelry in it and make it feel used, this swings open all day long.
Oh.
It'll just like swing and just like, and this will turn. It gets very, so there's one piece of jewelry hanging in there just to keep it appeased.
Interesting.
But that's the only, like, female ghost that I have in my bedroom. Usually they don't walk through here. Yeah.
Kika's asking, did you buy it from somebody?
Oh, no. The mirror was out for free with a sign, and I grabbed it just because it called to me. And then the jewelry box was, it was bought in like a $1 antique box at an auction. My mom used to go to a lot of auctions, and I claimed that up pretty quickly.
Oh,
But
you
yeah,
live an interesting life, Cat.
They just found me, but it's okay. Did you see that handle moving on that box?
I didn't see the handle moving.
Oh, if you could, when you go to upload this on YouTube, that's gonna be crazy. I had to jump off.
No, you're
The
good.
fuck is
Well,
Did you? Okay, did anyone hear? I think I have to stop. I think I'm upsetting some. Because I swear I just heard a scream. Yeah, I'm getting off.
for sure.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. Thank you, Kat.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear that back on YouTube too, because I didn't hear it.
Well, sending all the good vibes, and
I did drop. You will hear like a thud as I lean forward. That was me tipping over a water bottle.
okay. I'm like hearing things on the background.
Yeah, do you hear like a high-pitched screaming?
It doesn't sound like a screaming on my end. It sounds more like a breathing. Wow. Yeah, I hear that right there.
Yeah, I'm covering my mouth right now, by the way. Like, yeah. I'm telling you, I've thought about just setting my camera up and just sitting on live in silence and letting people, like, just witness and hear things.
You know what? Try letting it know that, hey, we're not here to disturb its vibe at all. We're not here to throw its nature out of proportion. No, we're just listening. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
I find that's helped me in an odd situation I was in a couple months ago. So, like, hey, I'm not here to ruin the vibe, not here to make you feel uncomfortable, or not here to make you angry. No, I'm not here to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like walking on eggshells sometimes because it's like if I ignore the mirror, pretend it's not haunted,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, it like nothing, like it's way calmer. He'll just peek around the corner or whatever. I'll see him walk in front of my door, stuff like that. Actually, let me see. I can show you like the proximity of the mirror to the door
Yeah.
and see if we hear anything else. Where is it? Okay, there's the mirror. There's the door.
Okay.
And I'll see it like peek around this corner or walk back and forth right here. And it's about like yay high.
Mm-hmm.
And like a skinny, scrawny man will just,
Yeah.
like pace back and forth right there. It's very eerie.
Oh.
I'll be laying in my bed, which is directly behind me over here.
Yeah.
And I'll see it and I'll just be like, I'm going to sleep. I don't see you. Good night. Because I don't know. It's like, do you remember that one time I came on here and I told you that I had an entity like run through my bedroom? It slammed open the door, threw stuff around, like it looked like it was made out of smoke with a bunch of different arms and legs and like limbs and stuff. Just,
I remember.
and it was the creepiest entity that I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
Right? That's I'm like, what if that was a mirror ghost? Because he barged in the same way he always does, but it was like with anger. Like, what if I did something that didn't sit right with him?
Good question. I mean, maybe it doesn't want to be there.
I wonder that too, but I'm like, what can I do with it?
Maybe donate it, maybe?
Maybe just donate it and, yeah,
You know? Yeah.
possibly.
I imagine
Some,
that whatever it is, who it is just really attached to that object and cares about where it's being placed, perhaps the care or two, and just like probably just doesn't want to be there.
yeah, so I don't read cards. I have read tarot cards, like tarot cards in my house before, but I'm very new to the tarot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work mainly with ghosts and spirits and stuff. But I do use my pendulum and board, my rods, stuff like that. But I clean it all. I have moon water that I cleanse everything after every use. And it's packaged back in its original packaging and everything. I'm very careful about energy. The reasoning that I think my house is so haunted is because I live on an old burial ground, like an abandoned one.
Uh-huh.
So my house is literally on top of a bunch of poor people.
The mass grave, yeah.
Yeah, they just found them and were like, they were so old, we don't care to do anything with them. Let's just keep building on top of them.
Yeah.
And then, a few feet behind my house is an entire cemetery for the town where they have like a mass grave for the smallpox and everything. So you have all of that too. And then we had a mayor tear out a water tower. And when he did that, he tore out a bunch of graves and stuff. So we also have that problem. And then on top of that, this is also Native American.
Yeah. It's a bloody
Indigenous
history. It really is,
territory.
yeah. So.
And they put in a water tower right on top. They literally dug out the ground, found an indigenous burial ground, and went, oh well, we own the land.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if anything, too, try telling it, hey, I'm not your enemy, you know?
I try to. They call me a witch because of my makeup and stuff.
Oh,
I mean, I am a witch, but
yeah.
I'm not like here to hurt them.
Yeah. Hey,
Or anything.
no, dude, like, you do you know, I'm doing me, that's it, you know? It's that simple.
Exactly. I've done spirit boxes in the woods and stuff up near the indigenous burial plot and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've gotten language I just didn't understand at all. And then I got through it. I was just like, I can't understand you guys. Does anyone speak English? I'm so sorry. Our recorded history isn't so good for that, for me to really learn it either. But
No, for sure.
I got through, like, don't talk to her. Look at her face, she's a witch. And I was just like, guys, this is normal nowadays. I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm not evil. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm not your enemy, dude. Hey. Times are different now.
Yeah,
Okay?
I ended up upsetting something because we started hearing footsteps around us in the leaves, and like it was me and my nephew, and we ended up hearing like yelling and stuff. We were like, okay, we're getting out of here, but I left some coins.
Yeah.
I was just like, look, this is all I have to offer. Please take some coins and don't follow me home and be mad about it. Please take a little gift.
Well, sending powerful vibes to you. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, everyone, follow Cat Canut too. She's amazing. She really is. She's been here since the beginning. She's a friend.
I do post stuff about the land I live on, and I'd like to eventually try to cut out a couple hours of my time a week to maybe even go sit at certain spots that I just mentioned and see what we catch.
Sorry I wasn't on your live earlier. I was actually out and about getting some supplies for tomorrow. So
Oh, you're good. You're good.
yeah.
We also have like a 4-hour time difference. It's actually exactly 3 a.m. here
Oh,
right
I
now.
know that. I know. I'm like, oh wow, she's awake.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is lovely. The box is actually doing its thing again. Look at that.
Let me check.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, hello.
It's just
Yeah.
why is it not focusing?
No, I see it moving. I see the handle moving.
Like, look, I've been sitting here, my hands on my lap, not touching anything. It's just like there's no way it's moving that long.
Yeah.
Like, why? Stop moving. Stop moving. That's weird.
Yeah. Well,
I just stopped it.
or it wants to just a theory, show itself off to the camera, to everyone watching. Maybe it wants an audience.
Maybe. You know what? Let's see something. Let's see if they wanna. Come here. Alright, guys, wanna give a show? Let's double up the haunted items.
Oh, jeez.
See if it cooks for us. You wanna do something? That was behind me. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do anything. That stopped moving. Look.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe you guys just want to be together? You guys want to be friends?
Maybe.
That is so weird.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
document
This
these
stuff.
and post these on TikTok. And like I said, I'll, if you still want me to, I'll definitely share it. And yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I didn't expect that to happen. I just wanted to come up here and show you a mirror. Not all of this. Sorry. Kind of hijacked the live for a minute.
No, you're so good. You're so good. Kat, you're okay with all this being on YouTube, am I correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's some good evidence right there. Whatever that was. That's...
Yeah.
You know, I put that jewelry box there. I heard a weird noise behind me, and now it just feels calm in here.
Maybe that was it. Just wanted an audience.
It was really interesting.
Document that. Like, get some notes or use your cell phone notes too. Just document that.
I should start keeping notes on the
Yeah,
haunted
just
mirror.
like observe their
Like
behavior.
it's active
Yeah.
every night
So.
without fail.
Alright.
I will hop down so someone else can come up because I feel like I've been up here way too long. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it. I think the rest of the audience actually are pretty intrigued on what happens next. So yeah, everyone follow her. Yeah, she's amazing. So
Yeah, absolutely. I could even just set the camera up like I have it right now one time and just let it roll and see if the jewelry box opens by itself.
Yeah. All right.
The one time my friend was over, I did it like 4 or 5 times, and then I seen a lady and I described her in perfect detail to him, and he was like, "That's literally my gram," and showed me a picture of his gram, and I was like, "Oh, well, I think she was just passing through. I don't think she's been here."
It happens, yeah. All right, Kat. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning. All right. Up next is Ashikabi, and then Blue Blue, and then Princess Jazz. Hello there.
What's up, big dog?
How old are you?
25.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Try not to cuss like FDFF, and it's okay to have religion in your story, just not to a point to where it's preachy. And are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got a shorter one. It's like nothing close to like what Kat was just up here talking about. So I actually just got back from a vacation in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Gatlinburg with my family. It was me, my wife, son, grandma, and my mom.
Yeah.
And we rented a cabin way up in like the woods on the mountain and everything. It was very scenic. And there was one night specifically that I decided to knock out on the couch. I was just watching a movie in the living room. My wife and son are upstairs. My grandma's in the spare bedroom upstairs. Around the corner to my left on the couch is the kitchen. And then just right from that is a little bathroom and the room my mom was staying in. So I went to, I was just watching a movie and everything like that. It's dark. I closed all the blinds and everything like that, trying to make myself comfortable. It's the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
And I went and I knocked out on the couch. I laid down and I was feeling a little uneasy, but I'm whatever. It's, even though all the blinds are closed, I can kind of see the cracks of the window and stuff. And there's lights on the exterior of the cabins. They try to make you feel like, you're safe and everything. And I laid my head down and I'm like, okay, I feel fine after about 5 minutes. And I closed my eyes and then I heard it sounded like if you dropped a clipboard, like just an empty clipboard onto like a wood floor, which all the floor in the cabin was wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking it like made me kind of twitch just because that like it startled me. But I attributed like, oh, my mom probably just woke up. She's going to use the restroom. And it was like 10 seconds after that, I heard this like hoarse breathing as if like your nose is clogged and you're just like,
yeah,
like out of your mouth or whatever, like you just woke up. And it sounds like it's in the kitchen. So I guess I'm thinking, all right, my mom, she probably just like has dry air. It's, my mom's got allergies, anything like that. We're up in the mountains, altitude, this, that, the other. I was truthfully not bothered. I was full rational minded thinking my way out of everything. And I heard it moving, and it sounded oddly that it was moving towards me instead of away from me to go to the bathroom. And I sat there, and I just kind of laid there, and it got closer and closer and closer until it sounded like it was standing right over the edge of the couch, like where my head was facing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sounded like it bent down, and I swear I felt it on my right ear. And at this point, I thought my mom was maybe coming out. She thought I was sleeping. It was going to mess with me or something. But I was wide awake. And when it got close enough to my ear, even though I'm still thinking this is my mom, I shot my head up as fast as I could, thinking I'm about to connect with hers. And, we're both going to hurt each other, but it's whatever. She's like pranking me. She can, take the hit.
Right.
But I sat up and there was completely nothing there. There was absolutely nothing there. And as soon as I saw that there was nothing there, every rational-minded thing went away. I didn't know what happened. I literally called out, like in my little, like, I'm 25. And I called out in a little boy voice. I said, Mom? Nothing. I heard nothing. And then I even called out, like, I looked straight up where the top of the stairs would be. And I called for my grandma to see if maybe it was like her breathing or something. She didn't answer. I literally just reached right, grabbed the pillow, and ran upstairs and went to sleep upstairs in my bed with my wife.
Dude, that is terrifying. It's like the next moment you're a fish out of water, like in the most extreme sense. I've been there, dude.
It's the only time I'd ever truthfully had anything that I'd consider weird or strange ever happen. And it was one of those things that I can't wrap my head around what happened in the moment. And when I got upstairs and like got in bed, do you ever have like the fear tears? Like
Yes.
you just have like little, yeah.
Mhm.
I had like those as I laid in bed and really thought about what just happened. It was super strange, super unsettling. Obviously you're in a different place too, cabin in the woods, stuff like that. So it's a smaller story. It's nothing super crazy, but it was the only time in my 25 years of life that I can really say that was like kind of an unexplainable, weird thing that happened to me.
I get that, dude. I get that. Well, thank you for sharing your story, man. I appreciate you, and yeah.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me up here. You have a good rest of your night, and to all the other people, you as well.
Take care, man.
You too, buddy.
All right. Up next, we have Blue, then Princess Jazz, and then Luke Moore.
Hello.
Hey there. Hi. Thank you for being here. How old are you?
I am 32.
Perfect. You've heard the rules, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it without crying because it had to be. It was a good friend of mine that passed away not too long ago.
It's okay. Hey, this is a safe space. No one's judging here. We all know we're only human here. So
Yeah.
you're welcome here. Always.
It was. This is like a series of events. So like, I'll go with where it started. So. Me and my dad one night were on the phone. Me and my dad talk on the phone all the time. He gets drunk. We talk about cars. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I got off the phone with him, and I had to be to work the next day, and I had to be like 12:20, 12:30 at night. And I'm like, something just doesn't feel right. Like, so I called him back. I said, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think so." Like, I'm fine. I said, "All right, I was just checking on you." He's like, "What am I doing?" I'm just standing in the garage. I'm fine. Go to bed. He calls me the next day and he says, "Well, I was fine, but Chris, one of our good friends that worked in the garage and everything, he always noticed me when I drove down the road. He's like garage family kind of thing."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "But he passed away last night."
Oh.
I said, "Really?" I said, "Around what time was that?" "Around 12:20, 12:30. So about the time I called you and I told you that something wasn't right. Cool. Let me get my mind straight.
It's okay.
Alexa, stop. I didn't even say. Oh, that's crazy.
It's okay.
So
It's okay.
it was.
It's okay.
It had to be that night that he had called me when I was at work. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I was like, just get a glass of water or something. And I laid back down, but I was like half awake, half asleep. And mind you, I live in an apartment complex. There's people above me and there's people below me. But I heard this huge, loud crashing noise. And for one thing, I thought it was my TV. Like, I got a big, huge TV out there. I thought it fell off the wall.
Yeah.
So I go running out there in the pitch black thinking I'm going to find something. And I turned the lights on and whatnot. It was like nothing was out of place. Nothing at all. It was way too loud to be upstairs or downstairs. Like, I still can't explain what I heard that night. But I think it was Chris saying goodbye.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I wasn't able to make it to his funeral because I had to work. I heard it again the night of it was like the night of his funeral. I'd say about 3 weeks ago now, I was driving to work and me and my friend stopped at this gas station that I don't really stop at ever. And there was this dog running down the road, and I'm not one to like, I want to save the dog, but I also don't want to lose my job from being late. And I called the dog over and I said, get in the truck, and she jumped right in there, which I thought was odd because it's a husky, so they can be a little iffy sometimes. She jumped right in, was the sweetest dog in the world. I made it over the railroad track, so I was headed to the animal control building. And I pulled into the parking lot, and my ball joint snapped off of my truck.
Oh.
Which, if I was going about 45, 50 miles an hour, that could have been, not a good accident.
Yeah.
I feel like Chris sent me the dog, pick the dog up, take the dog over there, because your truck ain't gonna make it down that road, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then just the other night, I went to go sleep, and I had my back kind of like away from the door, and my son wasn't here. I'm a single parent, and I was by myself, and I literally felt someone nudge my bed, like as if it was like watching me to like telling me to watch my back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I nonchalant just like rolled over, because it was like, I didn't like that. I'm not gonna overreact on it though, 'cause I don't know. But I try to reenact the like feeling of like the nudging up against it. Maybe I did it. No, I couldn't reenact it, but I still feel like Chris is he's still around after he left.
No, for sure. Well, I imagine it's positive at times. Am I correct?
I mean,
Aside from missing him, of course.
it sucks because that day that he had passed away, I seen him that day, so that's why it doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
And he had I think fell asleep at the wheel and rolled his truck like 7 or 8 times and flew out of the windshield or something. So,
Well, I'm sending comforting vibes to you, Blue Blue, and thank you for having the courage to tell your story to complete strangers, and I'm proud of you for telling it.
well, I gotta tell someone because my 8-year-old son's like, okay, what you talking about?
Well, Blue Blue, you're always welcome here, and thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Okay. Alright, guys, yeah. Up next is Princess Jazz. Griffinry, I see you, don't worry. Hello there.
Hi,
Hi, thank you for being here. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Perfect. You've heard the rules already?
Yes.
Okay. And are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. It is all you. Welcome.
Okay, so ever since I was little, I've always had, obviously my intuition is very strong, but I'm not like a medium. Like I can't communicate in that sense with the other like side. But I definitely have a lot of interactions that like it'll be like messing with me, or sometimes I'll feel like it's very negative, but I come across like positive and negative energies, mostly positive, but the negative ones are the ones that happen like every 5 years or so. And the one that I want to talk about, well, I want to mention a few ones. So this happened recent. Last time I had a nosebleed, I was like 7 years old, and that a doctor told me it was because of like allergies. I don't know if you've heard Sisters of the Strange podcast. I just found out about it on Spotify. Mind you, I was listening to like their Ouija board storytelling, and one of them said like I read on Reddit that when you do a lot of research on stuff like that, on like demonic stuff, or I don't know if she mentioned specifically Ouija boards, but that your nose starts bleeding. And then she said it happened to her. and I kind of went down a loophole, and it happened to me too. And then as well, when I was listening to their podcast, they were reading out a story because they're going off of like a Redditor's list.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was driving my car, and I've told my husband before, I've told him, I believe our car is haunted because I had a dream that a man passed away in the seat behind the driver's seat. Because my car was already used before, you know?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, a random night, we're going down a lonely road, and he's like, did you hear that? It sounded like someone talking. Was it you? And I was like, no. And sometimes I've heard that too, but I can't really make nothing of it, so I just ignore it. I'm not like that afraid of it no more. But this is like in the background. But now I'm going to get back to when I was listening to that podcast. I'm in the car and I'm driving home. It was like an hour drive home. And they were talking about another person's story, how it would be really cold in one room, etc. My car's AC starts blasting. Mind you, it was freezing. So I'm trying to turn it off. And at some point I just gave up after like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's one. That one's very light. The one that I'm gonna tell you about, I shared this with another channel on TikTok, but I did get a little bit offended because they didn't really believe my like what I told them, because this is why I love horror films. I love scary stuff, but I have to stay away from it because when I do research, simple research, or I watch like a really good like horror movie based on true events, I feel things manifested in my home. It like activity picks up, you know? Yeah. And they were like, just because you see something doesn't mean it's gonna happen. If you see Michael Myers on TV, it doesn't mean he's real, guys. Right. Which wasn't what I mentioned, you know? I just like, two things can be true at once, and just because it doesn't happen to you doesn't mean it doesn't happen for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I hate that because I love horror movies, but I have to limit my watch. So, anyways, me and my husband, when we got together, we moved into this home in the high desert. The landlord told us that the people before used to practice witchcraft. My son, he was like 3-4 months at the time. That's just the background of it. One day I wake up, we were a little bit sketched out about it, but my husband had his mom pray over the house. So that happened. Anyways, one day I wake up and there's a black pillowcase over my son's head. And I was pissed off because I was like, hey, I told my husband, like, this was our first time living together. So I was like, why would you leave this on the crib or near him? He's like, I didn't. And before I had moved in, there was a bunch of like, they left some furniture and pillowcases. But mind you, I threw everything out. So I'm like, what? That same day, I give my son a bath. I'm literally in front of him. I turn around to get a soap, like literally 3 seconds, just turn around, grab the soap. When I turn back around, he's out of the tub and crying, like he fell out of the tub. Mind you, he doesn't walk, he doesn't crawl. And how did the bathtub not flip over? So that was something that caught my eye, but I didn't really want to pay attention to it because if it's gravity, the whole tub would have flipped as well. It's a baby tub.
Yeah.
So how did he, and then it was just so close with the pillowcase being over his head. So that was creepy to me, but I was like, I'm just going to ignore it. And this was a big house too, and it was a 2-story. And I would hear a lot of like loud noises, like in the attic, or like someone walking, or loud thumps. And my husband would hear, he didn't start catching on to this. He thought like it was all hocus pocus up until the end. Because at the end he would tell me like at night, only at night, he would hear cabinets opening, closing, faucets turning on and off. That was at the end though that he told me. Okay, so here's where it gradually picks up, because that was literally like the first week I moved in that this happened with my son. And then things kind of slowed down. It was just the noises. And this is the day where it significantly picks up, and it has to do with the film. So I don't know if you recall, it was the Pope's Exorcism, or it was a movie. It came out in 2023, The Pope's Exorcist. So I really wanted to watch it, but I was kind of scared because at that time I was home alone often, and it was a big house and with the background. But I was like, I don't want to miss out on the opportunity. It was a date night, whatever. I'm gonna do it. We go. That day, earlier in the day, we had adopted 2 dogs. I love dogs, and on top of that, I love their company, and I felt more secure with them. One of them was named Peter. He was like a big poodle. Yes. And then we had another one named Zorro, and he was more like a German Shepherd. He was mixed. They were both healthy. So we go watch the movie. We come back, and you would not guess what's happening. Literally, Peter is, he's, he's current, like passing,
Yeah.
So I was like, what the heck? I called like everyone I could. No one would do anything. No, like the only vets around me were closed. But it was weird because he was healthy. I tried comforting him, but I was with my son and stuff, and it was, he didn't really want us to be around him because he would like wander off into the backyard, and I didn't want him to do that. I wanted him to be near us. So I just like left my home open, but he didn't want to be in the house. Like he wanted to be outside, but just by the door. It was weird. Anyways, in the morning I wake up and he's obviously, gone. My husband takes him back to the vet because his friend was the one who worked there. And he didn't want to tell me, but he told me that our dog, that it was not because they did the autopsy on him. I don't know if that's what you call it for animals, but I'm assuming you do. And the dog was poisoned.
Oh.
Mind you, all of our neighbors have dogs. Like everyone's dog lovers. I didn't know them, but I can see that they're dog lovers because their dogs were like family, like they would walk their dogs. Their dogs were very well maintained. And also, our house was in the corner, so we only had one neighbor. Mind you, the dog was barely there at night, and the dogs would not bark a lot. It's just not adding up,
Yeah.
That day, he goes to work. I take a nap, or I don't know if it was like the next day, but I think it was that day. It's just been a while. It was 2023, the beginning. So, he goes to work, and I'm with the baby upstairs, and I hear loud screeching. Mind you, I had put Zorro, the other dog that I adopted, I had put him in the garage just for extra precaution because after, what they said that the dog was poisoned, Peter, the one that passed. So I put Zorro in the garage. So I wake up, I hear screeching, and I'm like, I thought my husband went to work. So it literally sounded like someone was doing construction in the garage. Or like 2 cars colliding, something crazy.
Yeah.
It woke me up, and I was scared, and it was like the scary movies. I called my husband, I was on the phone with him, I was like, hey, are you here? And to my shock, obviously he wasn't there. And I was like, I'm gonna go down to the garage, I hear noise, I'm scared. Just stay on the phone so that if there's someone in the house, like you can just call the authorities. I go down there, and I don't see the dog. And this is another thing. The garage has no door that connects to the backyard.
Okay.
The garage is just, its only entrance is to the house, and just the garage panel opens up to the outside, to the front yard. So, and my husband parked his car outside. So my car was the only one inside. I didn't go nowhere. So I don't know why he wasn't in there. I was hoping he was. It was like the scary movies when you look beneath the car and you're like, something's going to pop out. That's how I felt in the moment. And he wasn't there. So I don't know if I was more scared that he wasn't there. I was just creeped out. But I was like, my husband was on the phone. I was like, hey, like, are you sure you didn't take him out? He's not here. Like, just tell me the truth. And he's like, no, I promise you I didn't. He should be there. I looked for him around the neighborhood. He wasn't there. Hours later, I see him like leaning against the fence, and my fence was broken too, the side of it. And he just looked like angry. He, for a second, looked dead. So for a second, I got scared. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm supposed to say that word. But yeah, I went outside. I called him in, and then he scared me when he came inside. He was snapping at me.
Oh.
And then my husband came later, and he was so snappy, like he literally wanted to bite me.
Oh.
Yeah, but this wasn't like him, you know, and I know that there could be triggers, but I wasn't even around him enough. And, you know, they don't release dogs because he was like, they did like this, it's not a background thing, but basically like if he had any signs of that behavior, they wouldn't have let me take him home because I reassured them that I had a little baby at the house too. And they were like, yeah, like he's a sweetheart. They're both sweethearts. But I just feel like it was all a coincidence. Well, anyways, after that, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to evaluate the situation for like a week longer. And yeah, like after that point, he just wasn't himself. And it was just so creepy. Like to this day, I still wonder, how did he go from the garage and end up in the backyard? It's like he traveled through a machine or something.
Yeah.
Because nobody opened up the garage. And if he came in through the door, he would have been stuck inside of the house because the back door is a screen door and it's really heavy.
So it had to take a lot of effort just to go into the backyard from the garage, because that's just
Yeah,
odd. Yeah.
and
I
if he would have left from the garage door would have been wide open. But I don't know, it just doesn't make no sense. And there's no holes in the wall, nothing. Like it was a brand new house. It was just creepy, but we just stayed there to finish up the lease. And after that was like one of the worst things that happened. And after that, I would just hear like loud bangs and stuff like that. And yeah, that was practically it. But, you know, to this day, I'm like, I wonder what was in the house. But in that house, I always did feel like a lot of dark energy. Oh, and one time too, because later on I ended up getting pregnant. Like 3 months later, I got pregnant. And sometimes I would think that my husband was home. Typically at night, this would happen. After a while, I just stopped paying attention. I would just ignore it and be like, if I don't see my husband, I'm not talking to it. But there would be incidents where I would, on accident, talk to it thinking it was my husband. Like, I would hear, like, oh, hey, babe, how are you? Like, and there's this one vivid time. I was showering, and I had the hallway lights off. All the lights in the house were off except for my bedroom. And this time we were remodeling the room, like the room door. So we had taken down the door to get another door. And it was just bright in the room and then dark everywhere else. And right outside of my bedroom was like the staircase. And I thought it was him talking to me. And I literally turned off the shower, walked out because I thought someone came in the house after I didn't hear him reply back to me after I had talked to him. So, yeah, it's just very creepy.
Oh, for sure. It sounded just like your husband too, right?
Yeah, it sounded like him, yeah.
Called the mimic.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But what does that have, like, what are they exactly? Like, is it like a demon?
Well, it could be many things. We'll never know because we're not on the other side of the veil yet. And we can only label things as, just because something moves, people like to throw the demonic card immediately. But we don't know if it's like a good spirit, bad spirit, a neutral spirit. It's a whole spectrum, really. And people are so quick to say, oh, it's evil. You know, if it's done you no harm at all, then, you know.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered, before I got pregnant, or I think it was the very beginning stages, and I can't believe I've never told this to no one else. The last time I retold this story on that podcast, I didn't even tell them. But glass would randomly break in the kitchen after that. I remember this other time I was baking a cake, but I baked something else too. I baked dinner
Yeah.
and I baked the dessert on top of it. The dinner didn't break, and I was standing right in front of it, and it exploded like a bomb.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Then I don't know if it was that day or the next day. I still have the scar on my finger.
Oh.
I was washing a glass cup, which is why I only purchase plastic cups now. Not the ones that it's a one use, but like the plastic ones that you can get at Walmart, reusable. So I was washing the cup in the sink, having a normal discussion with my husband, and the cup just broke.
Oh.
And it sliced my finger. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know if this happened before that or after, because like I said, it's been a while. But when I was home alone with my son and my stepkids, I was walking downstairs. Mind you, there was only it was because my staircase would be it kind of goes in a square. So the first steps, it's the longer staircase, and then it's a whole floor, and then it's the remaining steps, the last 7 steps. And I don't know how it felt like I was being pushed, but I don't know. I slipped and fell on my knee and my elbow because I was trying to catch myself, and I literally was in so much pain at the time. Right when it happened, I couldn't just get up because my muscles kind of felt stuck, and I crawled over to the living room. But that was the worst that's happened. And ever since I moved, and nothing has, when I was pregnant at that house, I had a bad dream. In Spanish, they call it they say that the dead person's on top of you. And I had that kind of experience, but that was out of the house already. I had already moved, thank goodness. It felt very real. It felt and I had a dream that it was the thing picked me up and dropped my body, and it felt very real. And then it was talking to me, but I just said a prayer and it went away. And since then, where I've been here, I moved again. And recently, when I was doing laundry in these apartments, I seen a shadow guy, but I didn't know it was a shadow. I thought it was a neighbor.
Yeah.
And I told my husband, I was like, hey babe, do you see that? There's someone up there with a round hat. They're looking at us. And he was like, what? Because I was whispering to him because I didn't want them to hear. And he turns around, he's like, there's no one there. And then he's like, we just came down that staircase. So he was like, there's no way. If someone was up there, we would have seen them pass by them. And there's no way someone just went up the staircase because we would have seen them.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, oh, okay. But ever since nothing severe, sometimes here and there I'll see a little kid in my room. But that's about it.
Oh, for sure. Well, Jazz, thank you for being here. Thank you for telling your stories and having the courage to do so, even though we're all complete strangers. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on this platform. Take care.
Take care. All right, so let's see now. Up next, we have Griffinry, then it'll be Luke Moore. Little thing, guys. So I do ghost story narrations. So if you have a ghost story, a paranormal story, whether it has to do with cryptids, UFOs, extraterrestrials, spirits, of course. If you have a story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me, message it to me, and I'll make a whole TikTok video about it. You could check out my channel, see if it's something that you'd be interested in. No, I don't charge for it. It will be on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, I'll ask you to be a collaborator, but it's okay to say no. But yeah, just putting that out there. And all of these TikTok lives are screen recorded, and they will be on YouTube. So that being said, if you have a story you'd like to share, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. We have 20 minutes left of the live. Luke Moore, you're up next, and it's Kat. Yes, Jazz. Hi, Luke.
Hello?
Hi, thank you for being here. How old are you?
20.
Okay. Okay, are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yes.
For sure. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there, and it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, it's all you, and I don't have time for trolling around. If you're gonna troll, I'm just gonna.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not trolling.
For
This
sure.
isn't a story.
Take
So,
care.
I guess I'll kind of start off with that. I've always had like a kind of like creepy, kind of like unexplained things happen to me, and kind of like crazy coincidences. Like, for example, the one TikTok I have posted on my account, if anyone in the comments wants to see, it was of a Minecraft login code to log into Microsoft. And the code that it gave me was 6Satan6.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just like, one example of creepy, kind of weird, unexplained things happening. But what I'm going to talk about today is kind of like I don't know, I guess maybe like possibly like an evil attachment to, I guess, me and my cousin. So to kind of begin, I don't know, this was a while ago. So me and my cousin, it was when we were like 8 or 9. We would always hang out. We're basically like brothers. And this, to kind of start it off, what I think is maybe what it was, but we would share a dream, kind of sort of, I don't know, we kind of just both called it the Shadow Man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, so we would like see the same shadowy figure in our dreams, kind of like a weird, haunted, tall shadow figure. And I feel like that may be what plays into it. But the first major thing that happened to us was we were at my house, and it was really late for an 8 and 9 year old. It was maybe 2:30, 3 in the morning, and we had some important like facts about it. It was in my room. We had a full blanket for it up, like, I don't know, probably 10, 12 blankets. Kind of looked like a circus hut. And we used my drawer, my big dresser, to like hold in the blankets. And on the dresser there was a lamp, kind of like one of them old blue, orange, and pink lamps with the LED light bulb. And there was also a trophy.
Yeah.
So one night we were we just got through with the old Call of Duty Black Ops on Xbox 360, and we got on the topic about like it was like church camp or something. Like we were talking about kind of like just basic things that happened, or we were talking about church camp and what happened, right?
Yeah.
And so we started hearing like like when the AC kicks on and makes that kind of like air flowing through the hallway and that noise. We started hearing that quite a bit, right? And we would hear like basic, creepy little taps and noises, and started freaking us out. But it was nothing too major. We weren't really thinking about nothing demonic or anything like that at 8 and 9. And so we were talking about God, right? And then randomly, out of nowhere, and it wasn't caused by like, the gust of wind from the AC opening, my door that was fully closed opened, but like slammed open.
Oh.
Like, it was like someone like grabbed it and like forcefully slammed it. And keep in mind, to this point, me and my cousin were not really too ghosts, demons, anything spiritual like that. We're not really too into that or whatever. And this was kind of like the first unexplained event that even now I can't explain it. So anyways, the door gets slammed open, and all of a sudden our lamp that was on the wall goes out, that was plugged in behind the dresser, and like half of our the blanket fort that we held up fell, and this freaked me and him out. And the lamp that was holding tacks that we used to tack the blankets into the wall, that was so forcefully thrown like across the room that it was in front of us, and the tack spilled out everywhere. like on our, if we had a carpet floor,
Yeah.
the tacks spilled out everywhere. And then half of the drawers and the like that were, because we would like put the blanket on the corner of the drawer and like push it in to kind of hold it in place. Half of the drawers randomly, like pushed open, and then that freaked us out. So we were scrambling to get up the tacks, and all we had to use for light was the Xbox controller glowing up, because it was a candy controller. But so at the front of the door, there was like a little indention that almost looked like a footprint or something, like sort of like it looked like an indention of something that's been there for a while,
Yeah.
but there was nothing there. And so I remember me and him were terrified because, nothing, we were 8 or 9, nothing like that's ever happened. So we tried to quickly pick up everything. And so once we did that and we got enough blankets out of the way before we could like run out, my sister, she was there at the time, but she played softball, right? And she had, like them trophies that have balls in the middle of them of like whatever sport, and you can kind of like spin them.
Yeah.
Well, this trophy, this is like the main highlight that I'll never forget. It was like glow in the dark. It was like a softball and a glow yellow once you spin it. The trophy, and this is pitch black, this is the only thing in the room that's lighting up, was spinning really, really fast. Like almost someone took like an air compressor and putting up to it, and it was just spinning and it was glowing. And that really freaked us out because once again, we were 8 or 9. So we quickly ran to my brother's room and kind of stayed the night there and picked it up the next morning. But to kind of go from that, after that, kind of, this was the same time we were having kind of like the dreams with that shadow figure that we both would see in our dreams, which is really creepy. We would see like different, like it would be early in the morning at dawn, and we would see like shadow figures walk in, and we're 8 or 9, we're thinking we're crazy. So it didn't really end like seeing shadow figure wise until one day. I've never had many lucid dreams in my life. I can count on one hand. I remember there was one lucid dream where I was like, it was me, and it was like confronting the shadow figure, but like it was staring at me, and I was like, I don't want to see you no more. Kind of like, that's like one of the only dreams I remember, and I basically confronted that. And then from then it kind of died down, and like I stopped seeing it. Me and him stopped seeing it as much. But tying that to me and my cousin kind of like having bad luck, ever since that happened, me and my cousins when I'm, and it's almost only when I'm together with him, we've experienced a lot of like seeing crazy things, things moving, extremely bad luck, and like crazy situations. Like for example, one night we got actually chased on Halloween. I think it was 2017. We got chased through a pasture, because I live in the country, by an actual psychotic guy in a truck, and no one believed us until the next day. And to kind of like, I remember this because this was kind of irony about it. We were still young, and we were walking down the road pitch black in the middle of the country, and we were kind of like making fun of like scary movies, whatever, like making fun of like Freddy Krueger, trying to like, I don't know, build our confidence to do it. And then stuff like that happened. And so, yeah, I guess that's kind of more of my story, and that I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm not crazy spiritual like that and understand that stuff. But like every time when I'm with my cousin, it's like negative, I guess. I don't know, would be negative energy or like very bad situations that normally happen. And so, yeah, that's kind of my story.
For sure, Luke. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Take care. All right, guys. We have 10 more minutes left of the live. Cali Valley, you are next. Hey, Callie.
Hey guys, how are you guys tonight?
Doing great. Quick question. How old are you?
I am 29.
Perfect. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there, and it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, and one more question: are you okay with your story being on YouTube? This is being screen recorded. It's okay to say no.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Perfect. All right. It is
I'm
all
here to
good.
talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so this is my client story. I am a hairdresser. I am from California, and I had this client come in, and it was kind of late in the day. I closed around 7. He came in around 6, and he had his scrubs on. And I said, "Oh, just getting out of work?" And he goes, "No, I'm actually going to work." And I said, "Oh," he goes, "I work 6 to 6." So I was like, "Oh, that must be a fun shift." I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
So I go, "Well, do you ever see, hospitals get kind of creepy at night, do you ever see anything?" And he's like, "No, not really." He goes, "Hospitals are pretty chill at night, and I go, "Okay," unless he didn't work in the emergency room, but he goes, only one time he, had something happen to him that he couldn't explain. And I'm like, "Oh, do tell," because I do like hearing that stuff. And he's like, "Well, this was in the 90s. He was probably about late 40s, early 50s. Not quite retired yet, but seasoned nurse. And he's a male nurse. And he said, in the 90s, late 90s, he was watching monitor. He was a monitor tech, or started off watching monitors on the heart floor. And he said, and this is our community hospital here in town. And he said that one night he had been up there and one of the rooms was empty. And he said he saw a man in there. He thought he saw a man in one of the rooms that nobody was supposed to be in. And patients wander and things like that. So it's their job to make sure everybody's where they should be.
Yeah.
So he goes up to this room and he says, "Hey, who's in here?" And he turns the light, nobody's in there. He goes, "Oh, okay, I thought I saw somebody in here." So shuts the light off, walks out, goes back to his chair, nothing happens. And then an hour or so later, passes, and he says he sees him again. Same room, same person. He goes, "Okay, now I know there's somebody in this room," So he said it's a tall man with a beard, and he's got red hair, he's got a hospital gown on, and he seems he's thin. Okay. And I go, "Okay." So he gets up, and he goes, "Okay, I know someone's in this room." So he gets up, he goes to the room, turns the light on, no one's in there. And he goes, "What the hell?" So then he starts getting creeped out. So then he sits down, thinking he's crazy, right? Like that he's seeing stuff, maybe he should go home. So he said that one of the nurses go, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?" He goes, "I keep seeing this man in this room." And the other nurse who has been on that floor for a while, said to him, "Well, what does he look like?" And he goes, "Well," he described the man, slim, tall, red hair, beard. And they go, "Oh yeah, that's the ghost on this floor. He messes with this floor." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And the nurse, he thought, that they were kind of like joking or just pulling his leg. He goes, "No, they were serious. He goes, and that room was always colder than all the other rooms. And they would always have problems in that room with like hospital equipment in that room. So it was known to be kind of like a dud room. So they thought they had electrical problems. So nobody really used that room because it was just monitors would turn off and turn on, things like that." So he goes, "Yeah." And he eventually left that floor and moved elsewhere in the hospital, never really talked about it, and never had anything happen to him since. So there you go.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you, Callie. I appreciate you.
Hey, man. Thank you for always having me, Sam. Have a good night.
Take care. All right. Griffinry, you will be the last one. Hello there.
Hello.
Never mind. Jackson, you're next. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for being here. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. Have you heard the rules already?
Yeah, I've heard the rules.
Okay. Are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. It's all you, man.
All right. So, I think I was probably around like 9 at the time. I was sleeping over a buddy of mine's house, and we had been asleep in the living room on like separate couches.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like right at 3 a.m. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and my buddy, he's already asleep. So I'm like trying to go to sleep. I got my eyes closed, and I get this like overbearing feeling, right? So I like open my eyes a little bit, and I see like the Hat Man, like standing like probably 4 feet in front of me, in like the corridor between like the foyer and the living room itself.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there for a second. I'm staring at it, and I'm like so like in shock. I can't move or nothing. And like I blink and it's gone. So I wake up my friend Kevin, and oh shit. I wake up my buddy, and I tell him, I'm like, yo, I fucking saw it. And he cuts me off, and he's like, was it the Hat Man?
Okay.
It's creepy as fuck.
All right. Kat, you're up.
Hi.
Hey, you good?
Yeah, I'll try to make this like super quick because it's been 10 years. I don't remember all the details. The guest that was up a few guests ago had mentioned like something happened to her dog. She couldn't explain it. There's probably no way anyone else did it. I had a very similar experience where I told you when I was a teenager there was like an old hospital that was the house next door. You know, like a wraparound porch and everything. And how it had a lot of paranormal activity. Well, they started messing with stuff. Since they moved into like a haunted hospital house, they wanted to get into certain things. And I feel like they started welcoming in a lot of energies that they weren't prepared for at all. We all decided the one night, let me start us off by saying they had a cat that had a couple kittens, and the kittens were only a few days old. And we were like hand feeding them with milk. So we fed the kittens. They were doing good. The one passed away. We were like, okay, that happens sometimes. Life happens. And so we fed the one kitten, and we put the kitten in its warm bed and everything. And we all decided to go out deer spotting. I was the last one to put that baby kitten away. It was fine. It was safe in a room by itself. It was okay. We all got into the car. I was the last one in the car. Like I put the kitten away while everyone was walking out. We went deer spotting, and we were out for hours. And in the middle of deer spotting, I looked at them and I was just like, I don't feel good, guys. I feel like something really bad just happened. And they turned and they're like, do you want us to go back? And I'm like, no, I feel like there's no changing what happened, but I just feel uncomfortable. And we got back to the house, and like it's super late. I'm the neighbor kid, so I'm getting ready to go back over to my house. And I hear a scream come from inside, and we all rush inside. Like, it was my neighbor's boyfriend, so the dad of the house. And he was like, you guys need to come see this. You guys need to come see this. Again, we had just gotten home. He unlocked the door. All the doors were locked. You know, there's no way anyone went in this house. I walk upstairs, and the kitten is in half.
Oh.
On the floor, in the middle of the floor. And there's like knife marks across the wooden floor, like dug into the floor, and it's like dry.
Yeah.
To like it happened as soon as we left, kind of thing, or a little bit after we left, like around the time where we were in the car and I said I didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It was around that same time. It had to have been with it being dry and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We still can't explain it. Like what ended that kitten's life? There was no knife. We never found a knife. Like no one had one on them, but this was obvious. None of us have been able to explain that ever. And it was so traumatizing seeing like the kitten that I was taking care of and everything on the floor like that. I mean, we were like getting scratched, getting our hair pulled, things like that in the house for a while, but that was a whole different level of. Yeah, they ended up cleansing from the basement up to the attic. They like opened up all the windows and saged the whole house and got like they went crazy after that. And then when it wouldn't stop, they just moved out. The house sat vacant for quite a while. Someone moved in and they moved out real quick. And it sat for years until it was sold about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So about like 7.5 years it just sat with no one wanting it. Wanting the house. Her story made me think of that because it's one of those things that you push to the back of your mind because you don't have an answer for it.
Yeah.
And it's just traumatizing. And it'll sit with you forever if you don't ignore it. But her talking about that drug that right back to my mind of like some things you just can't explain.
I know, just only speculate.
You can only speculate, yeah.
You doing okay, Kat?
Yeah, I wanted to make that super quick because I know you have to end the live. I could tell more about that house another time, though. I think I've told a few of them. But,
Sure.
yeah. Thank you for having me back up before you ended it.
Of course. All right, take care.
You too.
Alright guys, we have reached the end of the live. Thank you all for being here once again. I do ghost story narrations. So if you have a ghost story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me and I will make a whole TikTok video on it. I'll post it on YouTube, I'll post it on Instagram and all that stuff. Check out my channel just to see what it's like. And we're at the end of the live, so I always conclude with these two messages. First message is, if you're going through a mental health crisis, please contact the hotline 988. The reason why I talk about this is because when I first started doing lives, I had a follower actually call me on sorry, my neighbors are being loud right now and obnoxious. I had a follower call me on my Instagram account whom I never met in real life, and she was ready to unalive herself, and she's still with us, thankfully. Thank you, Lindy. She's still with us, thankfully. But I had to tell her, look, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not professionally equipped to handle something like this. The people at 988, it is the National Self-Unalive Hotline. I'm using TikTok terms, of course. And I've contacted them in the past. They're the sweetest people you'll ever talk to. They're not there to label you, not there to diagnose you, nothing like that. No, they're just there to hear you out. That's it. Cool thing is that it doesn't always have to be something extreme. It could just be like just a bad day. So woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Someone gave you the bird on the way to work. Got into an argument with your partner, with your coworker, best friend, your boss. Give them a call. Give them a call. It's okay to talk. So once again, guys, if you're going through a mental health crisis, please contact 988. And the final message is break the chains that bind you. Keep moving forward in life, even if it's just baby steps. Look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of how far you made it, and show yourself the love for it. You owe it to you to not let the thoughts win. Live with conviction, and remember, it can't rain all the time. Good night, everybody. I will be back on Tuesday, resuming the schedule. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. And if you have a ghost story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me. Good night, guys.